right, welcome back, our dear brothers and sisters, to Huda Tonight. We're still in segment 2 talking about the ideal woman. And as for now, Brother Luqman, we were just talking about the ideal woman. You'd like to raise a comment in the video?
Of course, mashallah, the video is...
Oh, I'm very sorry. I think we've just got a phone call.
Sure.
We have Sister Heba El Sawah, life coach. Welcome, Heba.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, alaikum assalam, Heba. All right, so Heba, as we're speaking today about the ideal woman, I'd like to ask you a question related to the challenges you faced as you're working.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for raising such an important topic about women, because women issues have been very debateful lately between like extreme feminism, calling for similarity between men and women, and you can find on the other extreme, of course, the oppressors stripping women from their rights. So it's a very important topic to start with.
Thank you, Heba.
I do believe that women, they do have challenges not only in work. I mean, there is still some challenges in the society. There's still some form of oppression, an unjust treatment that they are practiced against women in the society, especially in the developed and underdeveloped countries, if you want to talk about this.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So, like for instance, I do believe that there's still some financial challenges facing women who go to work, because still women are underpaid, or they're paid like less than the average man gets paid. There's a study that shows that on average a woman makes 77 cents for every dollar a man makes. So this is still a challenge, even if they're in the same job or in the same post. And you can find, like, in some areas, like some rural areas, for instance, in Egypt, women they're obliged to work and to finance for the family instead of the husband. And this is something that it's not accepted to do otherwise. So there is still financial, like some feminization of poverty, they call it. Still some financial issues challenging, facing the woman nowadays. Culturally, you can still find that in many parts of the world, women, they have unequal access to education. Like there was a study that showed that 40% of women in Africa, they don't have access to basic education. So of course this doesn't give them equal access to the jobs after they graduate. Okay, and when going to the workplace, women are still faced with some sexual harassment and violence.
Yes.
They were still judged based on their physical appearance. And in many parts, again, they're not like asked for their opinion in marriage, and they're not even claimed the right to work in the first place.
Yes.
So there's still like we still have
sort
problems.
of challenges. Yes.
Yeah, we still have faced some challenges if we decide to work or whatever. We still have, and these challenges are not only in the underdeveloped countries. Of course there are more there, but you can find these in the developed countries too.
Yes, exactly. Heba, if I may ask you, how do you balance between your life and work? Like how do you manage making sure everything goes well in your life, and at the same time you give your work the effort needed?
I do believe that first we shouldn't look really at work-life balance from like a trade-off perspective, suggesting that if one side is to go up, then the other side is to go down. I believe that it's like we should look from a perspective of choices we made based on the life stage that we're in right now. So if you're a new mom, for instance, you make different choices than if your kids are grown-ups or if you're not married. But I do have, like, I believe I have few tips for women if they are to do this, like some kind of integration or balance between the work responsibility and the family needs.
Yes.
My first advice for you women is to like stop putting unrealistic expectations of yourselves. Being a perfect housewife and having a perfect ambitious career life and having a perfect body shape and everything this is just a dream. This is not realistic. Like you should aim at balancing between such roles, but perfectionism here is stressful and it's unrealistic if you are to work.
Yeah.
My second advice is for you to make time for yourself, because if you give this time to yourself for your inner satisfaction or inner happiness and go after what you want, like even as simple things like going to a hair salon or going to the gym or reaching out to friends or doing whatever that makes you happy, when you are happy, you are happy, a better mom, you're a better wife, and you'll do well at work. When woman is happy, everyone is happy. So this is primarily the second thing. The third thing is it's very important for you to continue to grow your mind. So if you're married, or if you have whatever, if you're like a new mom or something, continue to read, continue to invest in your knowledge, even if you're not really, if you don't have the luxury to go to a multinational now or to work like 8 hours per day, you can still take online courses or indulge in whatever experience that will grow your mind. And the most important thing from my point of view is that you should embrace that there is a difference between you and your husband. Like, you'll be facing situations where you'll be challenged if you, for example, you want to take a leadership role or a job that requires frequent traveling, for instance. It's very important when trying to achieve this balance that sometimes you have to focus on work, and other times you have to focus on home, because it's based on the stage you're in. So by accepting this difference, you'll achieve some type of liberation that you can still focus on both parts of your life when the time is right.
Yes, I see your point. All right, Heba, thank you very much for your call and your valuable input. We really appreciate your time. Brother Luqman, we were talking just before the call about something. You'd like to raise a point?
Sure, but of course, let me just draw our viewers' attention. Of course, let's thank Sister Heba for tuning into the program, and we encourage all of our sisters and brothers to participate with us, because I believe the topic is very important to all the Muslim community. Second of all, I'd like to thank her for this valuable input, because actually the advice that she presented, second of all, for the second question you've raised her, is very, very valuable. And it seems, mashallah, that's very, very good and well educated about that topic. I wanted to seize the opportunity to ask her about a solution, because, you know, part of tackling a problem, even in a Muslim society from a Muslim point of view, she mentioned problems and the challenges our sisters might be facing in a society. But I just wanted to grab the attention to ask her if she can think of a solution. But of course, she might be watching us now, and it will be.
I hope if we, I really hope if the team working behind the camera, if we can get her back on the phone, I hope we can get her.
It would be really a pleasure, of course. And even if it was not available, we'd really recommend if you know, the comments under the episode once uploaded on YouTube, it can be really valuable input. We can spread it through many websites that would be, you know, well read by our sisters. I'm asking Sister Heba to give us, like, what do you think solutions to what you mentioned before, that women, not only in the Egyptian society, but we're addressing all of the Muslim communities, can be a solution against the oppression? Do you think that spreading the word, the good Muslim and the good Islam word of how to give the woman her independence in terms of financiality, in terms of having her own finance, and let me just define the word independence, the independence that governed with the teachings of Islam, because some other people might misunderstood the independence of a woman. So we would really appreciate such a valuable input. That's on one hand. On the other hand, you've been asking me about the video, and I really appreciate the inspiration institution who made that video. I watched it even before coming to the episode, but thanks to them, I really would like to give them a word of appraisal and appreciation from here, from that good member and Huda TV, that you're doing very good job. The quality of the video even would really, it would catch even the eye. You know, let's admit that in such a modern world, we need something that's well done in terms of graphics and in terms of shooting and in terms of the message itself. Because why not, as we mentioned before, the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when was given the message of Al-Islam to each and every different tribe of Arabs, he was actually giving them that message or that idea, like, well done to these people. Now in 2015, we need something that well done to catch an eye on the media, and the Inspirations Association doing good job in terms of a high quality video. I admire it, mashallah, and as well it's well done in terms of the story itself. So I'd really appreciate if we can spread these videos, produce them. I really believe many of good Muslim youth are watching us now, and you can actually manipulate or kind of turn your efforts into something that would serve us as Muslims and would serve the Islam, and inshallah make it in the, you know.
Inshallah. Actually, you just got Sister Heba back on the phone. Sister Heba, welcome back. Oh, I got disconnected. Okay. The team will try to call her back to answer the same question. Okay. So until we get Sister Heba back on the phone, Brother Ala, I'd like to raise a point here, as we were in a few minutes ago talking about the people who say that Islam is degrading the level of women, and it's being degrading after women. And thankfully you mentioned that actually women was being degraded before Islam comes. Now, I have a question here that I'd like to raise, which is why do these stereotypings that people keep spreading over neglect that the Islam has empowered women, and that happened with the most progressive rights?
Basically, this is because of the misconceptions that the media spread out throughout channels and throughout these things. So these misconceptions that are everywhere about Islam and about that Islam degrades women and so on. This misconception, were believed by even Muslim women.
Yes.
So they, because as I said earlier, Hitler said, like, we keep lying until people believe.
Yes.
So, so people just keep saying about that the woman in Islam is not taking her right, is not, she is, she is looked down, and she is not in her right status, and she is.
Yes. I'm sorry, Brother Ala, to interrupt you. We just got the phone back, and welcome back, Heba, to the studio. We're really happy to have you again to answer one of the questions we have here by Brother Luqman. Brother Luqman, can you please raise the question again for Sister Heba?
Yeah, of course. Let me thank my sister again, of course. But just have been asking about such a good and valuable input of giving the solutions to the second question my brother mentioned here, which is how to achieve or to maintain a balance in life. And mashallah, I've given a very good answer. So I'd like to seize the opportunity to gain from such good quality of Muslim sisters. I would believe many of them would thank you and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant you forgiveness and mercy. What do you think can be a solution to the first question, which is in certain societies, not necessarily Egyptian society, women would be having some sort of injustice, and we would like just to change the culture here, the perception of a whole society. What do you think can be a solution in a bit of efficient way? If you may share that with us, that would be great.
Well, I believe that first of all, women should be proactive. They should stop living with this victim mentality of being oppressed. Because Allah didn't create us to be a victim of the society or to be oppressed. There's a whole surah in the Quran that is named under women. So you should learn, as a woman, you should learn what your rights are, and you should start claiming them. This is the very first thing. You should not be waiting for the society to give you your rights. You're responsible for your own life and for your own happiness. And when we as women, we show good examples of being a good wife and a good mom and a good woman at work, and we are successful at doing all of this, the society will change, the culture will change after a while. Because first of all, what happened is that we reached this level of injustice because we are embracing these two extremes. We're either going to very tough jobs and ignoring our primary roles as women and as nurturers of a new generation, or we're suppressing ourselves, and we're surrendering to the oppression that the society is practicing against us. So I believe that awareness and being a good role model is the very first solution to this problem, because it will not disappear. We're changing the generations, and we're raising new kids, and if you care to give these new kids and this new generation this new awareness, things will change after a while. Because this is part of our religion. This oppression that we're seeing right now, it is not by any means any part of any religion. Actually, it's not part of the Islam, or it's not part of any religion before. So I guess that with awareness and with start claiming our rights, this is the solution.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Sister Heba, for your valuable input again, and we really appreciate your time and your great answer. And again, as Brother Luqman said, we hope Allah will grant you good deeds in the scale of good deeds, inshallah.